long before the rise of the samurai, before emperors, castles, and katana. Japan was already ancient. A land not yet bound by sword or scripture, but shaped by clay, fire, and ocean. This is the story of a people who built a world lost to time, a civilization older than Egypt, older than the pyramids themselves. The Jomon. For nearly 10,000 years, they lived among the forests and the seas, hunters, artists, dreamers, leaving behind not palaces or empires, but something far more enduring, art. Welcome back to the History Files in. Step inside. The past awaits. The Jomon period began around 14,000 BCE, as the last ice age ended and the Japanese islands took shape. The rising seas isolated this archipelago, creating a world where nature ruled, mountains covered in cedar, rivers alive with salmon, and coastlines rich with shellfish. They were hunter-gatherers, yet far from primitive. In pit dwellings warmed by firelight, the Jomon people crafted some of the world's oldest pottery. At Odai Yamamoto in northern Japan, archaeologists unearthed fragments of clay, carbon dated to over 16,000 years old. That's older than Stonehenge. Older than Egypt's first dynasty. The word Jomon means cord pattern, from the intricate rope impressions pressed into wet clay, a style both artistic and symbolic. No two vessels are alike. Some bear swirling patterns, others flame-like ridges, perhaps representing fire, the ocean, or the spirits that animated their world. These were not mere cooking pots. They were ritual objects, expressions of identity offered to the unseen powers that ruled the seasons. Each pot, each shard, speaks of patience, precision, and devotion, the marks of a people deeply attuned to their environment. To understand the Jomon is to understand the land itself. They believed the forests, rivers, and mountains were alive, each with a spirit, or kami. In caves and stone circles from Hokkaido to Kyushu, we find evidence of ritual, figures carved from stone, dogū clay figurines with wide eyes and enigmatic faces. Some scholars believe they were fertility symbols, others, guardians against misfortune or illness. But perhaps they were portraits of gods. Their settlements formed near rivers or coastal lagoons, where food was abundant. They fished, hunted, gathered, but also practiced early horticulture, beans, nuts, and even millet. Over time, they developed communities, not centralized kingdoms, but villages bound by trade, ceremony, and shared belief. Shell mounds reveal a complex diet and social structure. In some, burial sites contain ornaments and jewelry, suggesting hierarchy or ritual importance. Yet the Jomon world was largely peaceful, a society of balance between humanity and nature. For nearly 10,000 years, this balance endured. Then, around 900 BCE, the winds of change began to blow across the sea. From the Korean peninsula came new people, farmers and metalworkers, bringing rice cultivation, bronze, and iron. They would later be known as the Yaoi. At first, the two cultures coexisted, but their worlds were different. Where the Jomon revered nature, the Yaoi mastered it. They flooded fields, raised granaries, and forged tools of war and leadership. Rice transformed everything. It demanded land, labor, and hierarchy. The age of communal harmony gave way to the age of power. As Yayoi settlements expanded, the Jomon receded northward into forests and islands. Their traditions, however, did not vanish. They became the deep roots of Japanese identity, the unseen ancestors of every village shrine and forest festival. Even today, the reverence for kami, for the divine in nature, is a thread stretching back to them. Of all that the Jomon left behind, none are more mysterious than the dogū. Small clay figures, some resembling women with swollen bellies, others with enormous almond-shaped eyes, ornate patterns etched across their bodies. Over 18,000 have been found, each slightly different, each seemingly deliberate. Who were they? Were they goddesses? Healers? Representations of life, death, and rebirth? Some archaeologists suggest they were ritual effigies, broken intentionally during ceremonies to release the spirit within. Others have speculated more wildly that the large-eyed figures resemble visitors not of this earth. Ancient astronaut theories aside, the truth may be even more profound, a reflection of how the Jomon saw themselves as beings of earth and spirit, caught between nature and the divine. The dogū remind us that long before Buddhism, long before written language, Japan already had a mythology etched in clay and fire. In recent decades, discoveries have rewritten what we thought we knew. At the Sanaimoriyama site in northern Japan, archaeologists uncovered a vast Jomon settlement, more than 700 pit houses, storage pits, and ceremonial platforms. The site reveals organized architecture, regional trade networks, and evidence of early agriculture. Tools made of jade, obsidian, and even imported shell show connections spanning hundreds of kilometers. Here, the Jomon thrived for over 1,500 years, longer than the entire span of the Roman Empire. Imagine that, a civilization lasting millennia, vanishing not in war or collapse, but in transformation. When you stand in those excavated dwellings today, you can still see the hearthstones, the outlines of homes, the fingerprints pressed into pottery thousands of years old. A people not lost to destruction, but to time itself. The Jomon did not vanish completely. Their blood flows in the veins of modern Japan, especially among the Ainu of the north. Their traditions, respect for the land, ritual offerings, dance, and fire echo in Shinto shrines to this day. When you see the torii gate standing in the mist, when a priest offers rice and salt to the wind, you are seeing a whisper of the Jomon. Their world was one of endurance, not conquest. Of creation, not domination. Their art, their pottery, their figurines spoke to eternity in ways that stone walls never could. They lived 10,000 years before the samurai, yet we barely know their name. So tonight, as the fire dims, remember the Jomon, Japan's first storytellers, its forgotten artists, the keepers of a peace older than history itself. This was the History Files in, where forgotten empires, hidden archives, and untold legends come alive. Step inside. The past awaits. Thank you for visiting the History Files in. If the past moved you today, don't forget to leave your mark, subscribe, and return when the next file opens.